Good luck.
And to you.
Have fun. Alright, let's go red. Start time.
Welcome to the Knights of the Porg Republic.
Yep.
Today we have another game from our local Adelaide League. We've got Michael versus Jarrad. Michael is using a triple B-Wing list, which is fairly interesting. So he has Gina, which has fire control system, tractor beam, auto blasters, upgrade, and stabilized S-foils. He has 10 num,
Just 8 1.
which has
Might be sitting under it.
sorry, I just realised the stream isn't up.
Yeah, I'll just do one of these ones. Yep, that's all my twos.
Alright, so we have Gina with fire control system, tractor beam, auto blasters, hull upgrade, and stabilized S-foil. 10 num with fire control system, auto blaster, tractor beam, advanced proton torpedoes, hull upgrade, and stabilized S-foils. And Braylon with the same loadout, but without fire control system. So it's a pretty interesting list that synergizes. So Gina will pass off her stress to one of the other two B-Wings, which really want that stress. So I would say you probably see him pass it off to 10 most of the time to be able to use that focus. And then Jarrad is using a sort of ace and mini swarm archetype.
Yep.
So he has Hollow with Daredevil, and then 4 Zeta Squadron TIE SF with Advanced Optic. So a pretty standard list, and the TIE SFs will be able to put out fairly consistent damage into the B-Wings, which should be fairly interesting because, while the B-Wings with a double tap are going to be fairly brutal, taking all that sustained damage from multiple ships might be where they're gonna fail. So
My game today was
I think what we'll see is ideally Michael wants the first engagement in the middle of the board,
bomb
so
every
he
round.
is able to tractor people
Places out a bomb. Like we removed the
either going through the gas clouds or onto the rocks.
every round you place out a bomb.
Interestingly though, he decided to bring the 3 gas clouds with his list.
Yeah.
Not sure if that is for his
During
benefit,
the phase,
so if he makes a bit of a problem, he can
maneuver around it, go through it, and hope that you can get out the
he
other
can overcome that with the gas clouds. Or yeah, so I would have thought with the tractor beam you'd be thinking you'd want, you know, probably rocks and debris just to maybe get that chance of having to go onto it. Alternatively though, the gas clouds can also give the strain, so you can be tracted and strained and then get shot at with an advanced proton torpedo, which is probably dirty. Fairly dirty. And I think Jarrad's main area that he would want to... The area that he probably wants to engage is probably sort of come maybe down the left-hand side and make the B-Wings make the mistakes. So I don't think you'll see
the first order.
Jarrad turning down.
Yeah, it's interesting. So that can also be
Probably both players here are just doing forward maneuvers.
the target lock. We could transfer that to somebody else.
So Michael's not in a place to turn in to the rocks, to the obstacles. But yeah, I
So you can
just do.
complete your
And
cycle.
the interesting thing with the Thai SFs is that he doesn't really care about arcs, so he can just keep his arcs in the back, and he's got a 2 dice attack at the front and back, so you can just zoom past, jump over the B-wings
So
really easily,
red,
and still get the attack.
too hard.
Alright, so I ate my words, and he's turned into the rocks.
Focus.
Maybe he wants to just get the joust on, or catch the B-wings off guard, seeing that they're probably not going to be able to turn in. They may 2-bank into the obstacles. But at the same time, I don't think Jarrad wants Hollow to be out of the fight for so long. So he probably wants the engagement to turn in 1 or 2 turns from now. Yeah, so we saw that 2-bank and that barrel roll there. Probably checking for arc to see if he can get a target lock on any of them. So that's just in.
Ouch.
And I think Jarrad's not quite happy about that.
Unless he can tractor me forward and then.
That is some good range
Still
control.
can't get the lock though.
Oh yeah.
And he's taking stress from the stabilized S foils. So that's got the barrel roll into linked target lock, which is much nicer than the ship card as the focus into roll, which you can fail on purpose.
Oh, yeah. And then Hollow. 3-bank.
I think here maybe you want to see Hollow boost forward.
I really don't think that's gonna.
I don't think you want Hollow next to all of those ships there. I think you want Hollow coming in from the left hand side, turning around.
So I'm gonna.
Especially as Daredevil will give you a stress, and Hollow's move
Forward boost
would be pretty awful to get out of there if he Daredeviled into where the tire stuff. And we see Gina coming up the back here.
That's right, she won't fit there with that. So she will just focus.
So I think here you'll probably see maybe a 2 forward.
Alright.
With Braylon, a 3 or a 4 forward with. Well, we've got the attack first.
Start with Braylon.
Yeah, Braylon's got that range. On red.
Snuck him in. It is like.
Yeah, they're just saying that it is super close, like just in.
Alright, I'm just gonna use primary weapon.
Yep.
So Michael's just taking a primary attack there, which I think is the best option because then you have a double modified double shot.
Reroll those.
Braylon and do rerolls and hit crit.
Hit crit.
Red tie SF is going in shield.
I'm gonna have to spend it to take 1 on red.
Right, well,
That's a frustrating exchange.
And go with a tractor.
I'm surprised he's trying the tractor. I don't think that will. Yeah, well, so is tracted.
So you can
They're
track
turning
them.
around. Now I have to put this on the ship, or
Yeah, you normally.
So I think Michael also forgot the Braylon ability, where he could have re-rolled that one. Not that it mattered at this point, but
there you go.
yeah. So he's put the tractor on. I'm guessing he's going to move forward and try to get a shot with Braylon, with 10. But I'm not sure. Not sure if that will get range. I think it will be out of range.
Nice. Good work.
Now we'll see if that gives 10. Nope.
So I think in that situation, it probably would have been better to keep the lock for next turn, and you'd have lock, focus, and.
Took you out of arc.
Although that was a benefit where he took him out of arc, so probably weighs up. And it's also put Jarrad out of formation, which may be a little bit harder for Jarrad to fly through now, but I don't think it's super critical with this list. There's no reason to stay in formation. That Thai SF is going to have a hard time getting out of there, maybe. You may. Maybe Jarrad's best bet is to try block it. So maybe with a 3-turn. And then barrel roll if he doesn't bump. You're still going to be range 1 or 2 of 10. It's really going to hurt. I think you'll see a 3 hard from Hollow in between those two rocks. And like I was saying before, you probably see a 2 forward with Braylon, and maybe a 2 forward with 10 and 2 forward or 1 forward with Gina. Because Gina doesn't want to go too fast, or otherwise that gas cloud right in the middle will be in her way. I think if from this round, if Jarrad can severely injure one of those B-wings, I think he'll be in a good position without losing a ship. But the more he loses, the harder it's going to get for him. Soon you may also see Jarrad use a Copa damage deck that he's actually gone through and put into Tabletop Simulator, along with all of our Porg alt arts, which you can jump onto the Steam Workshop and download. And I'll chuck a link in the description on YouTube and download it for yourself and have fun. We're a bit disappointed that we couldn't get out to the system open this year due to the whole world issues, and yeah, so normally we would hand out an alt art or a couple of alt arts to our opponents, but so we decided just to chuck them all into Tabletop Simulator instead. So yeah, he's doing the 3 hard. Yeah, so going for the block. If Braylon's done the 1 forward, I think Braylon will be at range 1 and it'll be a tasty shot for Braylon.
I reckon the 1 fits. Now looking at that.
But if he's done a 2 forward to try to get all the other ships to barrel roll across in between the rock and the gas cloud, then it could be pretty handy.
I'm going to roll with him.
Yep.
So it's going to roll.
Go there.
I think it's put him in a good position for
Yellow.
not blocking Braylon, but I think 10 won't be blocked either.
Focus. Brown. Oh, 3 bank. Focus.
So it's getting everyone into a fairly good position there.
Focus. Yep.
And we'll see what Braylon has. Oh, Braylon's done the bank and bumped.
Bugger.
That is very good for Jarrad.
You've got 10 as well, by the looks of that.
At 10. Ooh, and wow.
Yep.
That is a very, very good bump. Or block. I think Gina,
Some stress though.
depending where Gina comes up,
Maybe.
Gina could still tractor
Oh, sorry.
the SF off,
Yep.
but they won't have the locks, and only one of them will have.
3 bank. I can either come out and then in there. Come down.
Yeah, I'm not sure if
Or even just lock. Go forward.
Olo wants to turn in through the rocks yet,
Get an obstructed shot.
because those B-wings will very easily turn on. So I think you boost with a can't remember.
I'm going to take a deplete.
Yep.
To get a lock.
Yeah, so taking a deplete to get a lock, and then I think you just boost forwards.
And put that on. Braylon or 10? Braylon or 10?
I mean, alternatively, Holo could just sit there and take a focus action
get
as
Braylon.
well.
Yep.
But then you'd probably have to pass the deplete off to one of the other ISFs.
Forward. Actually, I still have you.
Boosted forward.
Yep.
Alright. Gina, try to salvage this.
Whoa. Yeah, so those Braylon and 10, that's really good for Jarrad, not so good for Michael, because I don't think Gina has arc into that SF. Because if she had the tractor beam, she could have just barrel rolled the SF backwards
Focus
and still got 3 shots onto it. So yeah, passing off the stress to probably 10.
Yeah. 2. That will go to him.
Yep.
Yep.
And then yours.
Gina can put it on Braylon.
It's interesting that he put it on Braylon. I mean, the rerolls are probably better than changing on focus, but
Yep, but it is obstructed.
he's also then predictable in doing one of the B-Wing's fairly average blue maneuvers.
Yep, so I'll shoot range 2 into Braylon.
So range 2 into Braylon. I guess that putting it on Braylon gets all those rerolls. Another benefit for the defense dice.
And I might as well spend that lock.
So 2 hits. Reroll that. Heroic. Ooh, nice.
Yes.
Into to natties.
Yuck. Fuck.
So yeah, you
go for 10. Yeah, no mods.
you might.
Anyway. So yeah, now all yours.
Here.
I guess you'd go for whichever one's at range 2, ideally not obstructed. I think you'd probably go for brown.
I'm gonna fire that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
With oh.
I think here you just go primary. There's no point in trying to tractor it. But 2.
What is with this?
1.
Brown. He takes a shield.
Brown, yep.
So brown take.
Range 2 into brown.
Yeah, so it's just sticking it all into brown.
I'll do primary as well.
Yep.
And just 1.
So 1.
And Jarrad surveyed that. And then Braylon, I think, will be going into brown as well. Yeah, so he's looks like he's just got it in as well. Range 2.
Okay. Onto
brown.
Yep.
That's interesting. Tractor beam. So 2.
Actually, I got a reroll for 1.
So you can reroll that one. 3.
Yep, that guarantees it.
So he's probably saying that he's going to tractor it onto the rock.
Light up for him. Okay. And then we will roll you.
Do it as far backwards.
On the board.
I don't think you take the stress there. Doesn't look like you're overlapping the rock. Brown takes. So overall, actually, a really good decision to tractor there because you're taking 1 less shot, and he also took a damage. So.
Alright, so this guy has nothing. Brown has nothing.
Yellow.
Okay, yellow.
Yellow into.
Unobstructed to.
Looks range 2.
Which is also range 2.
Yeah. I think you go into 10, so.
Spend for 2.
And 2, so 10's definitely taking 1. 10 takes 2 shields. And even though it's range 3, I think you just go into the same target. So advanced optics for 1.
Yes.
And evade. I feel like double blank or blank focus is the last result you want with advanced optics. It's not very with the 2-dash shit. So here we have a couple of interesting maneuvers. I think
backspace gets rid of these.
Yellow.
Yeah, I think that. Yep.
Yellow might go in for the bump again. Red will probably turn down. They don't have any blue maneuvers, so we won't get rid of the deplete. But blue maneuvers that are hard turns. But I think you might see a 2 hard down the board.
I should have rolled that brown one back.
Then you may see just a 1 or a 2 bank with hollow. And you'll probably just see green and brown of Jarrad's just turn in down the board pretty slowly. A 1 bank with brown probably wouldn't get you onto the rock. Yeah, 2. 1 or 2 forward with ISF probably wouldn't get you onto the rock either. Braylon? I'm not sure. I think Braylon has to do the one bank. Towards Jarrad. 10 maybe does a 1 bank, and as I was saying before, Gina's in that position where she'll 1 bank, which would be dangerously close to that gas cloud. You probably don't want to hit that. But then she could barrel roll out depending where the other ships are. But if Jarrad can pull off another really good block, I think that would be what he was aiming for. And I think Michael, or I hope Michael, will use his advanced proton torpedo soon, because that would just be a brutal thing if he can get 2 of them off. Yeah, currently 46 minutes remaining and no points on the board.
I'm set.
Yep, I'm all good.
There you go.
Alright. Brown.
Yeah, Brown's just doing the one. Ooh. The tractor beam probably would get you to the rock.
He'll just focus.
I think you just gotta hope that you get tracked.
Oh, my last few games it's been low, so it's probably coming back now.
Yellow.
Yeah, so
1 forward.
I'm surprised.
Go there, and then red.
Oh, red's done a 1 forward.
Bumps. Clears deplete.
Yeah, interesting actually. So he's caused a lot of blocks.
All yours.
Well, absolutely smashed by Dave. Start with Braylon.
Yeah, so he's bumped.
Too hard.
Stu has a really good shot.
Stress.
Although Brown, I think, is safe.
10. Stays right where he is.
So 10 doesn't move.
And Gina.
Oh,
1 hard. Bumps. Takes a stress.
yeah.
Oh, whoops.
Ah. Yeah, sorry. Jumped the gun a bit there.
I think there you
Uh,
target lock
could have been there.
10 and focus. Take a deplete, give the deplete to red again.
What would I want to
Red's
do?
not shooting.
Probably would have just been locked 10.
Oh, so he hasn't done any of that.
Yep.
I mean, you could even take a strain
I
and
don't have any. Oh, actually, I can do that, can't I?
Yeah, you can strain or deplete for it.
Oh, yeah. So if I deplete
so yeah,
that
he's depleting,
and then focus.
focusing,
Cool.
I think that's how they're meant to be flown.
and then passes off the deplete to
And especially with Holo being able to get rid of the deplete is really good.
red.
Yeah, or it's the strain. But because if you can shoot,
But I think you'll
it,
see
he doesn't want.
stress being handed off 10.
Yeah, I get rid of a token, so that's good. So my start of engagement, I'll give him a deplete.
Yep.
And then you can pass off Gina's stress.
Yeah, and that will go to 10.
Okay. So Holo into 10.
So hello into 10 them. 4 dice into 1.
Click them a few times.
Warm them up.
Yep.
Oof.
That's better.
That works.
Natties. And 1. So 2 shields. Oh. So that's just got half points on to 10 for Jarrad. Providing it all goes well for Jarrad, I think he could possibly take 10 num off at this point.
So many options.
I think the sneaky tractor beam against Brown is an idea.
Brown. Yep.
Yeah.
Possibly yellow to get that strain.
And what is Gina?
And she will tractor.
Okay.
So he's tractoring Brown. This may not be as good as the Braylon one because there's no odds. So 1.
Or 1.
The 1. So he's damaged red and brown, which are 2 ships that he can't shoot at. I think you go into green.
We'll just go primary into yellow.
Yep.
Alright, goes into yellow. Primary. Got 2.
2.
1, so
Yellow takes 1.
yellow takes a shield. Oh, and it looks like he's just got brown in.
Kind of have to do it, don't I?
Just be mean again.
Yeah.
So he's
One, then
tractoring brown.
Woo.
Pretty good chance.
Ooh.
Yep, that guarantees that one.
Yeah, so tractoring.
Doesn't really matter.
There's no point in. He's gonna try to tractor him on the rock. Yeah, so he's just got on the rock.
Takes
Brown
another.
takes 1.
I'm just gonna kill him by throwing him on rock.
I think here Jarrad wants to take a stress to rotate.
Alright.
Because-
and then this guy has nothing.
Oh,
Red,
so I think he may have missed that trigger.
yellow has range 2 to 10 or range 1 to Gina.
You do range 2 to 10.
10, I need to put 4 into. High chance I won't kill you anyway.
I mean, I think you've got less of a chance of killing 10 this turn.
But then it's a better shot on Gina.
You basically need all damage into 10 without 10 evading anything.
No.
But
do 10.
next turn, Follow could follow up and kill 10 before.
Kill that.
They're going into 10. Spend the focus for 2. So
Evades. It's 1.
And then I go into 10. And
spend it.
spend his.
Spend it for a guaranteed crit.
I will spend the stress.
Take a crit.
Oh no, I
The
can't
crit
kill my
is?
spells. That panicked. Ah, you bastard.
Panicked pilot.
Oh, but he doesn't mind that
No.
so much. Alright.
And now I'm not critically damaged.
So this is what the damage deck looks like. Got all Porgs and Porg puns from different movies, but yeah, so
But yeah, you double stress, so it doesn't really matter.
No.
10 being double stressed isn't too bad. He should easily be able to shed that. It just means that he's not getting the lock or anything.
Tractor.
Um,
No, don't.
oh, so I think they just remembered that they could do it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, is that like no? Oh
And they're trying to figure out how to do it.
It's under there somewhere.
shit! I have to get another one. No, I deleted it
Ah,
by accident. Now, let me rotate left. Now delete it. Yep.
there we go.
I didn't really think about that, did I? I should have actually rotated that way anyway.
Yeah.
Oh,
When you put me on
I
that.
forgot that you could even do that.
so I think he was
I
talking
do-
about
I totally always forget.
deleting it and accidentally did that, and
Yeah. And then go, they roll.
was just saying that he completely forgot about being able to rotate.
I always forget it. That actually would have been a much better idea. Okay.
So yeah, I think Brown is in not a great position.
They've got a 2k, don't they?
Yes.
Yep.
I still think the turn down from red is one of the better moves, because red hasn't done anything this game. He's still in a good position. They're both in fairly good positions. Braylon, only Gina can turn around. So I think what Jarrad just needs is to be able to capitalise on those ships not being able to turn around at this point. Maybe if yellow stays where it is, green is difficult. I think brown turns away from the board. You don't really want to risk bumping into any of those ships and getting stuck on the rock again. Hollow probably should just get out of there and turn around and come back in, but if I was playing Hollow, I would probably just 110 into it all. I think Hollow's got a 110. Yeah, blue 110, that'd be great. And yeah, I still think red should turn down. Braylon, I don't think is going to get out of there. I think you've just got to maybe, yeah. I think you've got to take that bump. So you just one forward, take a lock, and then hope for.
Who did all this traffic jam?
Hope for the ability to turn around the next turn, and then you can take your focus action as well, and then hopefully when you've got that 5 dice attack, if he gets a 5 dice attack off, it can be double modded. 10, to be honest, I think you just stay there. 10's in a pretty good position. He's got 2 sort of soft mods. And Gina may be best to 1 forward. At this point. Because I think you're in a fairly good position except with Braylon. If you can sort of stay where you are. Because if Jarrad, for instance, with red decides to stay where he is and turns in with Hollow, he shouldn't, because that would probably bump, but you'd have a really good shot with probably both of 10 and Gina. It would be interesting to see what they do.
Alright, let's see how bad that can go.
I'm still working out what Gina's doing. Oh, that's just terrible.
I think, yeah, the tactical bumps for some of the B-Wings is going to be the best option. And Braylon just jump over those 2.
See how that ends up.
Again, though, they do have rear arcs, so it's a very difficult thing.
Yep. Oh, good. Alright.
Yep,
see what happens.
Alright, so who is going to move first? Brown?
Because that's the
Turning up. Probably rolls another hit.
Ah, boo.
I was like,
I'll spend a stress of 10.
So he's safe there.
Alright, so red
Red's doing the one forward.
bumped in there.
I guess you get rid of the deplete. Maybe Red's going to have a good position as well to get a good shot on someone.
We're going to be bad now.
Possibly he wanted to get yellow in there.
Oh, you
Oh, yeah.
fit. Wow.
Nice.
That's close.
And then green.
Maybe Green's doing a bank down as well. Oh,
Wow.
and Green fit.
And he can put this.
Green may have also blocked a K turn from
Alright.
Gina.
Go with Braylon.
Go forwards.
Need to have them all selected. Braylon's going.
Yeah, so he's turned out. You would lock, I think, at this point. You've got full health, so I don't think Jarrad will be going for you at this point.
You're going that way. We would lock onto number 2.
Yep.
Green.
Or yellow. Or green.
Ah, yellow, sorry.
So locks onto yellow.
10.
I guess he's hoping he can, rather than K turn, just turn around.
Ooh.
Yeah, and Gina's 10's it's done the one bank. Got to a pretty good position.
No stress.
Alright. And then hollow.
Yep.
Oh,
Go to there.
I think that was a K turn. Talon roll.
And he gets the stress. All yours.
Gina.
That was a good in a one turn.
Bumps. Stress.
And
Alright.
I guess he passed that stress off to 10 as well because he's probably getting 5 shots.
Tokens, I'll give that one a stress.
I'll give stress to Braylon.
Alright. Hello.
So
2 to 10 because 10 is on 2.
yeah, I think you go on to 10 because then just confirm the kill.
What did I do last time? I flipped him a few times.
Oh, crit, so he's definitely taking another crit. Spending that.
Ah.
Pretty good chance of getting out of it.
Oh, not that one. I want that one.
It's a 1 of 8. 1 crit into 10.
Just the
Takes
crit.
another crit.
Disabled power regular. Okay, so you'll take an ion.
So it's disabled power regular. Although I don't think that
Alright, Gina.
play. So before you engage,
Kill Hollow
gain
in
1
one
on.
shot.
Oh, that'd be ideal.
So like blank out.
Righto. Let's do primary weapon.
Range 1 into hollow. Not great. Both unmudded shots.
We want natties.
So it's going to be dice variance there. 2 hits. Seems pretty average. But I think Hollow will probably take one.
Got one.
It's one.
It's like I was watching one and I was like, yeah, and then it rolled
One
over.
on
and I
Hollow?
was like, "Oh, this one. You can go away."
So I think you.
Okay, 10 takes an ion.
Yep.
We know where he's going to be next turn.
So
Braylon-
that's really good for Jarrad that even if he decides not to kill 10,
This one.
he can still chase it up.
He's got a range 1 into the 10.
Yeah, I think maybe.
No tokens.
So
Bear grip.
That'll do it.
and secures the kill. So takes one.
He's panicked.
Which is another panicked
Oh.
pilot.
He's a bit stressed. Alright then. Does this guy
So Green's only got the one shot into Braylon.
Gina? No. So back range 2 to Braylon.
And providing he can spends the focus for 2.
Oh yeah, he was the focus guy. So 2.
Braylon rerolls.
Reroll.
1, so
One.
thanks for
This one range 1 into Gina.
so round 1 into Gina. Advanced optics for 3.
Yep.
These B wings are rolling really well tonight.
And then this guy.
You do
range 2.
round into Gina as well. For 2.
Oh.
The Gina takes another 1 at least. Yeah. So it's 2. There's down shields.
Yep, so that's all of them.
Alright, so Michael's got spread damage on all of the ships, and Green is still full. So I think what Michael's hoping is that Yellow will turn up into Braylon, and Braylon won't have to do anything fancy to try to get those brutal double attacks off, which surprisingly we haven't seen. I think we've seen it once. So Jarrad's done a really good job at blocking Michael there. However, a lot of his ships are still sort of going to be out the fight for a couple of turns. So Brown might turn up or down. Those two rocks aren't in great positions. So yeah, Brown's probably going to take 2 or 3 turns to come around. Red is probably just going to 1 turn. 1 forward, I would think. Maybe Green will do something similar. 2 turn down, try to block Gina. Try to block that one Talon. Although I've got no idea. Gina. I think Gina's best bet is to 1 Talon down to the bottom of the board. But I think Michael's fallen pretty far. That's 67. He is one hull away from losing another 32 points on Gina. I think he needs to, in the next couple of turns, wipe off 2 of the tie SFs. He did really good at stopping shots coming in from Brown with the tractor beam, but I guess he was doing damage by the rock, but possibly he could have been doing more. So I think here, maybe you'll see Hollow just get out of it all and 3-bank up towards Braylon. Not that that's exactly what you want. But that could be his best bet.
Yep. Okay. Now,
so I think we're going to see some move. Brown, turn down.
He's going to go for a lock.
I think he will only have Gina in range. Lock.
Gina. Red.
No, yeah, so Red's doing the
Clear stress.
1-bank up. I think you just focus. Yeah. I think you're more than likely to have Gina in arc. So. Jumps over, nice.
Your lock.
Locks.
Go to there.
Yeah. So I think Jarrad must have seen the problem with Braylon. Not wanting to turn that way.
I'm going to evade.
Yep.
Yep. Now Braylon.
Too hard.
Yep.
Too hard, keeps us stress. Maybe we'll see a sloop up behind Gina. I think they've got a. Oh no.
3-bank.
I think you target lock boost or target lock focus.
Lock to deplete. Or what's the chance of you turning around?
Yeah, I think you'd probably boost.
I think you will have two-hearted out here. I'm going to strain. Just why not?
Is taking a strain.
And then boost forward.
Yeah. I think he forgot to apply the lock to someone.
What if that actually would have been close? I don't think it would have been enough though.
I need to move this over so I can see what I'm doing.
Did you forget to apply the lock to someone, Jarrad?
Oh, I didn't know.
I just let him know in the game. So he's put it on to Braylon.
I was like just pressing all the buttons going through my brain.
Let's roll forwards.
Nice.
And
Yeah, so it's linked into
take a look.
lock there.
All right. Start of engagement stuff.
Yes,
Yep.
I need to stress.
So I need to give
Doing
that
that.
to him.
Gotta Doing the stress. Has to give it over to
Gina and May or
No, it's a must.
you must.
Braylon.
And that'll be,
I'm assuming that's, I think Gina's range 1 to 2.
I imagine. I'll just check that to make sure.
0 to 2. And he's dead.
Yep.
All right.
So, range 1,
Range 1.
Braylon.
Braylon.
There's a possibility here that Jarrad could get half points for Braylon as well.
Yeah.
It's burning on you now.
Then
The 1 crit spends a lock on all of them.
flip them.
Nice.
Better.
There you go.
3. So 3 hits and a crit. So it takes 3 shields.
Ah.
3 shields.
3 shields.
So yeah, Michael is currently 1 hole away from getting half points on both his remaining B-wings.
Oh, I've got you in bullseye. Beautiful.
So, auto blasters.
Range 1. Probably worth me just doing primary and then auto blaster.
Ooh, geez, that's gonna hurt.
Primary.
The primary
I will FCS.
spends or uses FCFS to reroll for hit and 2 crits. That would have been a good auto blasters.
What's that one? Yellow.
Yeah.
Ooh, so he'll take.
I think you just spend the evade and take 2 shields on yellow.
2.
Because he has to spend the lock to be able to do the auto blasters.
And you can't avoid the crits. Why did I get any?
2 hits.
2.
So it takes 2 hits on yellow.
Take 2. Andy, why did you make them so good? Jeez.
With some oversized damage decks.
That was nice.
That's
So-
supposed to work.
I think Braylon may not
Have a-
have a shot.
I think it's not fit out.
Nope.
But I think yellow may have a shot on Braylon.
Try yellow.
I didn't see that arc though.
Yep.
Yeah, range 3. Two hits. Pretty good. Braylon will reroll. 1 hit on Braylon. Half points.
This guy. Range 2.
2 hits onto Gina. It's 2 and half points on Gina as well, so 134 to 36.
I'll spend his.
Spend the lock. Rolls both. One. I think that's probably average from that reroll.
No, I spend his lock.
1.
Nice.
Dinner is safe.
Good way. And then yeah, who will have no shot? So back to the dials.
So I think here is where Jarrad doesn't have as many shots in the next turn. I think you'll see yellow die before it gets to shoot. And I've been mixing up my yellow and
Brown shields down.
yeah. So you see, I think you see yellow get killed before you can shoot. Gina is just going too hard, and I don't think there's much Jarrad can really do to get out of the arc of Gina. Maybe a 1 turn up the board, but then you probably have Braylon having a range 3 shot at it. And then you'll see Brown come in. Probably with a 2 or 3 hard turn, possibly having a shot on Gina, and you've got red and green just out there by themselves. Hollow will probably come up behind Braylon again. Just a 2 turn, something like that. But there is only 7 minutes left, and Michael needs to destroy 99. Almost. It's like 2 and probably 3 full ship. I think they're 36 points each. So I think he's going to have to come in and destroy. Take off brown and yellow. And then yeah, or half points hollow as well. I don't know, it's going to be really difficult, so in 6 minutes, I don't think it's quite possible. I'll be surprised if you're not going to get another range 1 into Braylon. So you may not even get Braylon to attack anymore.
Green. Doing that. That's one of them. Red. Doing that. Gets one of them. Brown.
Brown's on a 2 turn. And you just
there.
focus there, I think.
Good focus.
Got the lock.
Yellow. Or bank. And evade. Alright. Braylon. There's the stress.
Just on a 1 bank and getting rid of the stress.
Yep. And then hollow. He's going to 1 hard.
1 hard, and then you strain for a
That's a chance
lock and focus.
Too hard in. Rolling. And I need to do 3 to Braylon. Yeah, bugger. I'm going to.
4 to Braylon.
Oh, you got hull, don't you?
Yeah.
I'm going to lock, drain, and focus.
So he's taking the risk. He was wondering if Gina's going to turn in.
Hard in on me.
I don't think Gina will. Oh.
Yep.
But I think if I don't think Gina's got arc, but if Gina barrel rolls, it's probably going to be obstructed. Unless he goes as far forward as possible.
So it's that side, isn't it? Oh no, sorry, you had it right. Yeah, you've got it flipped up.
I'll try forward, see where that lands me.
Yep.
Ooh, going to be close if it's obstructed or not.
That'll be alright. And then go for a lock.
Yep.
That could be bad with the with the auto blaster, because I don't think Gina's in Hollow's arc, so wouldn't be able to cancel any crits.
Oh, I have no friendlies.
You must pass off.
So I think we'll see a range 1
Alright.
into Braylon.
Front. Into you. Oh, that's it.
Reroll you.
And the lock.
Great. That's a pretty good result. And then reroll.
Reroll. Don't fail me now.
Braylon takes 3.
3,
Lives on 1.
2, 3.
Then I think this is where we're going to see some hurt onto
Obstructed range 1.
So I'm not sure if that's range 1 or range 2 in the arc.
Tractor someone, can they bump in front, or do they have to?
No, they have to fully be able to do it. Yep.
Right. Right. Well, in that case, then I will primary weapon.
Yep.
And then auto blaster.
Nice.
There's going to primary.
4 and then 3.
So it is range.
FCS.
2.
2.
It's fine.
3. With gas cloud.
Nice.
And then the strain goes away.
And the lock. You can remove the strain now.
Oh, yes.
Be rolling 4 for this. For the focus. I think Hollow is probably okay.
Get to evade crits.
Yep, because I'm not. Is it bullseye?
No, that's just.
If the defender is in your bullseye, roll 1 additional. Yeah, if you are not in the defender's. Yep.
Right.
Account of it.
Yeah.
So just don't roll triple crit.
Come on, triple crit. This is where it comes out. Ah, boo.
I think. Well, no matter what,
Pretty much.
Hollow's safe. I guess the evade, and that was time.
Yeah.
So I guess it's just a matter of
Just terrible. See, told you my dice have turned on me.
right at the end. Oh, no,
just out.
Nice.
And then I think that means Brown will probably be out.
and he'll probably be out. Oh no,
Oh, so he's got a range 3 obstructed.
Ooh,
Three looks
another
like.
dice.
oh, you can't put it
Gina
in. The ace now. 3 dice.
has 3 all left, so probably not going to get queued.
I did roll 4 blanks just then. Whoa.
Hit crit.
There we go.
I think Gina should be safe in this. Yeah.
There we go.
You're good.
Alright, good game, and Jarrad secured the win there with 134 to 36. It was a pretty good game from Jarrad, just causing all those blocks and bumps
You get 36 points.
onto Michael, but
Ugh.
it paid off. Thanks for watching, and we'll have some more games coming up pretty soon.